Morning, students. Last Friday, I couldn't meet you last week due to I had to go to school. So both on Wednesday and Friday, now I met you on Zoom. Hope everything is going on. I hope you're attending the classes regularly, following the lessons. You come to the fourth unit. Fourth unit, I just gave you the intro. The fourth prose lesson, that is the Attic by Satyajit Ray. I just gave you all the intro to the story of that lesson, how the narrator and his friend, they stop on the way on a highway. They stop and they decide to meet the tea stall owner with whom Aditya had a connection. And I'll remember the story. I just gave you a brief introduction. So they decide to stay back, give a break journey. They stop there at the hometown. They decide to visit the tea shop owner, that is Uncle Nagin. Uncle Nagin, they stop there, and as they were having the tea, they happen to meet his old classmate, that is Sanya. And soon as he sees Sanyal, he gets back all the memories that kept haunting or kept hindering this Sanyal the past 25 years. So in this lesson, we just learn about that it is quite natural for a human being to make mistakes. And this mistake should be realized. If we realize the mistakes immediately and rectify ourselves, then things won't go very serious. But what happened? This Aditya, he just pulled off Sanya's medal, what he got for his recitation, took it and threw it in his, took the medal, what he got for his recitation, took it to his home, threw it in one of his attic, that is in his home, in his grandfather's ancestral home. And he just told a lie to Sanyal, saying that he lost the medal. And this incident which took place so many years back, this incident, what Sanyal was worthy to get praises, was what happened. It was all diminished. He lost his medal, and this incident that took place kept on haunting him right from his childhood days, and that had lots to do for his upbringing. So now such mistakes, even we come across such mistakes in our life. But it's better that we rectify. Rectify means what? We realize our mistakes and say a sorry or try to apologize for what mistake we have done, then things will go right. But we just ignore it, just neglect it, that we have to pay back for it. So what would you do when such a thing happens in your life? If such incidents take place amongst your friends, amongst your relatives at home, with your own loved ones at home, what you should do? Then we should try to clear the mistake and apologize for what you have done. So let's read the story, The Attic by Satyajit Ray in this prose lesson. So all of you open your books to the fourth unit, prose. The Attic by Satyajit Ray. It is natural for human beings to make mistakes. When we realize our mistakes, we should try to rectify it. If you get a chance to rectify your mistakes or pay back for it, what would you do and how would you correct it? That is the summing up of the lesson in the beginning. Now let's come to the prose content. Aditya and I were returning from the site of a new factory at Deodhar Ganj we were driving along National Highway 40. We had reached a point where the road bifurcated. If we drove 10 kilometers along the road that branched off to the right, we would reach Brahmapur. I asked Aditya whether he was interested in revisiting the place of his birth, which he had left after he had passed the matriculation examination from the local school to continue his studies in Calcutta. So in the first paragraph, as I told you in the intro, while telling you the summary, that Aditya and I, who's this I now? I is the narrator of the lesson, that is Satyajit Ray. Both went on a business trip to Deodarganj and they were returning back. And the national highway, they were returning back and they came to a roadway. The roads divided into two. That's the meaning for the word bifurcated. For the word bifurcated means what? Divided into. The road was dividing into two. Then Aditya, the narrator is asking Aditya, this is your birthplace. That is Brahmapur, where Aditya was born and he grew up. So he's asking that, the narrator is asking Aditya, do you want to stop by? Do you want to stop at your birthplace and visit your school or visit your hometown or visit your old ancestral house? You can just take a break. You can visit your place. He's just asking, requesting. The narrator is requesting Aditya whether he is interested to stop here at his birthplace. So he had to agree. Anybody, even when we, after 10 years, you go back, you finish your schooling and you go to another place and we happen to come back to that place, definitely you'll want to visit your old school, your old hometown or your old friends. Definitely you'll want to visit. So that way the narrator is asking Aditya whether he wanted to visit his home birthplace. So the narrator is saying, I asked Aditya whether he was interested in revisiting the place of his birth, which he had left after he had passed the matriculation examination from the local school to continue his studies in Calcutta. So from there, from Brahmapur, after he finished his matriculation school, from Brahmapur they left everything and they went to Calcutta to do his further studies. So this is a story about Aditya. Then Aditya is telling about his story. When I left our ancestral house 29 years ago, the house was almost 200 years, recollected Aditya. So Aditya recollected. Recollected means what? Brought back to his mind. All the past memories he brought back to his mind. So when I left our ancestral house. What is ancestral house? Ancestral house means the house of your grandparents. The old house where your grandparents built and lived and even the next generations lived there. So that's called as the ancestral house. That's your old grandfather's house. So when I left our ancestral house 29 years back. So how many years have passed by? 29 years have gone by. And here he's come back here to revisit that place. So he's trying to recollect all what has happened as a child. But the house is very old. Aditya left the house 29 years back. But the house, the age of the house is how much? How many years the narrator is saying here? The house is almost 200 years old. 200 means just imagine. Maybe 4 generations lived in this house. Aditya's grandfather also would have lived in the same house. So the house is almost 200 years old, recollected Aditya. I doubt if even the school building, which may have undergone many changes, will be recognizable anymore. Trying to revive old childhood memories may prove disappointing. So what Aditya thought, don't know whether the school remains the same. The school also would have changed. Definitely the school would have changed. I remember when I joined the school 25 years back, the school building was entirely different. Everything was, it gave a very different, had a very different look. The appearance of the school building was very different. But today, when students come back after 25 years, and when they enter the school and they see a vast difference in the school building, the construction, the new buildings, the entrance, everything has changed. So here Aditya is wondering whether the school building has remained the same or any changes would have taken place. So he may not be able to recognize the school he thought it to be. I doubt if even the school building, which may have undergone means what? May have seen many changes, will be recognizable. Recognizable cannot be recognized. Trying to revive means what? To bring back old memories. Revive means to bring something back to life or to bring back old memories to the present. Trying to revive old childhood memories may prove disappointing, but he said he wished to visit the tea shop of Nagain uncle if it still existed and have a cup of tea there. So the first thing what he remembered was the tea shop where Aditya and his friends used to visit after school hours. They used to visit this tea shop, and the tea shop's owner's name was Nagain. So they addressed this Nagain as Nagain uncle. How they addressed him? They addressed him as Nagain uncle. So he just wondered whether the tea shop is still existing or no. If it still existed means if it's still there, and have a cup of tea there. So he was just wanting to go and have a cup of tea. So we took the turning to the right and decided to drive to Brahmapur, of which Aditya's ancestors were once the zamindars. So they took a turning to the right. They were driving in a car. As they're driving down by car, they took a right and they decided, let's go to Brahmapur, where Aditya grew up as a child, of which Aditya's ancestors means what? His forefathers, his father's father, father's father, grandfather, that is a 4th generation, wanted to go and visit that ancestral home, of which Aditya's ancestors were once the zamindars. Zamindars means who? Main zamindar means Talevar, they'll say, isn't it? The main, that in those days they were very rich. His grandfather were the zamindar. They were the property owners of that village. So he was wanting to go and visit that place. Aditya's father had left the ancestral home and moved to Kolkata, where he had set up his own business. After his death, Aditya was looking after it, and I was his friend and business partner. So when they left this 200 years old house, only after Aditya's father decided to leave this place and go to Kolkata to do a business. At the same time, even Aditya finishes schooling. He passes matriculation exams, and at the same time, Aditya's father wanted to go to Kolkata and do his business, so they gave up everything. They may have sold the old house, or they just left the house and they went to Calcutta. So after Aditya went to Calcutta, he finished his studies, and he also helped his father in his business after his father's death. So after his father's death, Aditya was taking care of his father's business, and I was his friend and business partner. So Aditya took up his father's business after his death, because moreover he was his business partner. It was the month of Magha, that is January, February by the English calendar. So according to Hindu calendar, the month was known as the Magha. How we have the Tamil calendar, we have different names for the Tamil calendar, isn't it? So the same way in the north, that is in Bengal side, this month was the Magha month, that is month of January for that place, whereas in English calendar it was month of February. There's a little bit of difference there. This is the month of Magha, that is January, February by the English calendar, the middle of winter. By my watch, it was 3:30 in the afternoon. The sun was soothing. On either side of the road were paddy fields as far as the eye could see. Harvest was over and there had been a good crop that year. So when they went that day, it was a month of Magha, that is January in that calendar, whereas English calendar it was the month of February, and the time was almost 3:30 in the afternoon. So the 3:30 in the afternoon is not very sunny, not very dark in the evening. It was somewhere before the evening could fall. The sunset is going to approach another 1 or 2 hours. So it is 3:30. The sun was soothing. Soothing means what? Very pleasant. It was not scorching hot. The sun was just bearable. So the sun was soothing. On either side of the road were paddy fields. Either side means what? This side also paddy fields. This side of the paddy fields, and the middle went the national highway. So both the sides they were paddy fields. On either side of the road were paddy fields as far as the eye could see. Eye could see means that they observed the village as they were going to the village side. Both the sides they were paddy fields, and the place was looking very, very pleasant. Village side, the village side is very pleasant. All over you can see the greenery, the fields, the crops, and that here happened to be a very prosperous year, he said. The harvest was over, and harvest means what? Arvare. So harvest was over, and they had a very good crop that year. After about 10 minutes, we came to the local school. So where they visited, they went to the school where Aditya studied. Aditya underwent his schooling. So after 10 minutes drive, they reached the local school. Beyond the iron gates were the playing field and the two-storied school building. We got down from the car and stood in front of the gate. So first what they visited the school, the local school where Aditya studied. And what did he see there? Beyond the iron gates. Beyond means just after the iron gates, where they used to play in the field, that is the open field, they used to play. A two-storied building had come up. A two-storied building, school building. So they got out from the car and they stood in front of the gate just to have a look up there of the Aditya school where he studied. The next paragraph. The narrator is asking Aditya. I asked Aditya whether everything was still the same. He replied that everything had changed. That's quite natural. So just imagine after 29 years they're visiting the school, and the narrator is asking Aditya whether the school which he studied remains the same or whether he can see any changes there. For that Aditya said definitely there's a vast change in the school building. I asked Aditya whether everything was still the same. He replied that everything had changed. Our school used to be one-storied and a new building has come up which wasn't there. Were you not a good student? I asked. Yes, but my position was always second. He replied. We decided to go and have tea at Nagin Uncle's tea shop, which stood next to a grocery shop and opposite a temple dedicated to Lord Shiva. Soon we caught sight of Nagin's tea cabin written on a signboard over the shop. So as they were observing the school, as they were having a look at the school, what the narrator is asking Aditya, first question what he asked was about the school building, whether the school building looks the same or are there any changes. And secondly, he is asking whether he was a good student. So definitely when he asks this question, what goes back? Memories. He's thinking back. Yes, I was good. I was good in studies. But I always stood second. So there is another person who was there above him, the first rank holder. So there will be a competition always between the first rank holder and the second rank holder, the third rank holder. There will be a tough competition. Then memories went back. No, I tried hard. I tried my best to overcome that boy, to beat that other person. But every time I failed, I always stood second. I couldn't overtake him. I couldn't overtake the person who was getting first rank. He didn't tell it out at that time, but he was only thinking back. He was thinking back, and very sadly he said, I always stood second. Never did I get the first place at all. That shows there was something back, something that he was hiding at that moment. This other person was always getting the first place. What question is asking? Were you not a good student? The narrator is asking. For that, what Aditya is saying? Yes, but my position was always second, he replied. We decided to go and have tea. Then he said, for that moment he thought, okay, let's go and have tea at the shop where we used to have when I was a school boy. So let's go to Nagin's shop. We'll see whether the tea shop is existing or not. We decided to go and have tea at Nagin uncle's tea shop, which stood next to a grocery shop. What is grocery? Grocery means what? Malika Kada. So they went to just opposite the grocery shop stood a temple. Was a temple, the temple of Lord Shiva, and just opposite the tea shop was there. We decided to go and have tea at Nagin uncle's tea shop, which stood next to a grocery. Stood means what? The tea shop was next to the grocery shop. Grocery means where they sell all provisions. And opposite a temple dedicated to Lord Shiva. Soon we caught sight of Nagin's tea cabins. Soon we caught sight means what? We spotted the board. What did the board say? Nagin's tea cabin. Written on a signboard over the shop. The owner of the tea shop, now over 60, a little rustic in appearance, with his white, neatly combed hair and clean look, was the same as before. He was wearing a dhoti and a blue striped shirt that could be seen from under a green shawl. So, was the person the same? Yes, the same person was there. The same tea owner, that is Nagin uncle, was there, but only thing, he had grown old. 29 years have passed by. So just imagine those days would have been 30 years or 20, that range. But now he's become almost over 60 years. His hair had become fully grey. His hair had turned white, but he's looking a little rustic. Rustic means what? Rough looking. All looking old and haggard, all beard grown. He was looking a little rough. That is called rustic. The owner of the tea shop, now over 60. Over means he must have crossed 60 years of age. A little rustic in appearance, with his neatly white combed hair. His hair was neatly combed and he had a clean look. Was the same as before. He was wearing a dhoti. Dhoti means what? The white dhoti. Vesti. In Tamil they say vesti, isn't it? So he's wearing a white dhoti and a blue striped shirt that could be seen from under a green shawl. So over his blue striped shirt, what he was covering himself with a shawl. So that must have been cold season. So it was almost month of February, winter. January, February and all. North side will be very cold. He was covering a shawl over his shirt. Not recognizing Aditya, he asked us where we had come from. So definitely he wouldn't have recognized Aditya. Students will come to me who's passed and went 20 years back, 30 years back. They will be able to recognize me. But it will be difficult for me to recognize because they would have grown different in looks. As a school boy, today you are just a school child. 9, 10 will be just innocent looking. Other 5 years time, 10 years time, how will you look? Boys would have grown beard, all will be having mustache, girls are looking be different, isn't it? All will be looking different. So there will be a complete change in their facial appearance. Their looks will be different. So it will be difficult for me to recognize them. But they will be able to recognize me as a teacher who taught for them 20 years back. Hope you will recognize me after 20 years. After 20 years, definitely you will recognize me. But I won't be able to recognize you unless you try to stress yourself and tell me who you are. After you come to me after 20 years or 30 years, if I am there around. So here, this Aditya was able to recognize this Uncle Nagin, but Uncle Nagin was not able to recognize Aditya. Not recognizing Aditya. Recognize means what? To make out, to find out. Not recognizing Aditya, he asked us where we had come from. So he's asking Aditya, from where you are traveling, from where you are coming. For that, Aditya replied, Deodar Ganj. Aditya replied, we are on our way to Kolkata. So we are coming from Deodar Ganj. We are gone on a business trip and we are going towards Kolkata. A little surprised, Nagin uncle asked why we were there. So he was, Nagin uncle in a very surprised tone is asking, okay, there are so many other big hotels, big tea shops on the road. Instead of stopping there, why specifically I'll come and stop here? Very surprisingly is asking. For that Aditya has replied. A little surprised, Nagin uncle asked why we were there. To have tea at your shop. What is the abrupt answer what Aditya gave? To have tea at your shop, said Aditya. Certainly, besides tea, I have biscuits and savories also. Savories means what? Some snacks, some samosas or bhajis, whatever he's having in his tea shop. So we want to have some biscuits, and also along with biscuits, we like. He said I'm also having biscuits and savories. Give us 2 naan kate each. Naan kata means what? That's a kind of biscuits. So what is saying here? Please give us 2 naan kata. Naan kata is a kind of snacks which this tea shop owner was having. Naan kata is an authentic Indian sweet which is popular in India and Pakistan. So it's very popular. The Indian sweet which is very famous in India and Pakistan. That is called naan kata. Naan kata, that is an authentic Indian sweet which is popular. It is very famous in India and Pakistan. So give us 2 naan kata each, he said. We sat on 2 tin chairs. So there is just by the roadside, it's a roadside tea shop. We have just kept some simple chairs and a small steel bench there. We sat on 2 tin chairs. There was only one other customer sitting at a corner table, neither eating nor drinking tea, but sitting over his head bent as though he were sleeping. So what did they observe? Whom did they see? As they too, as Aditya and this narrator sat down there on a steel chair to have tea, then they came across another person. There were no other customers. Only one person was sitting there, and that person was not eating neither drinking. He was neither drinking tea or nor eating biscuits. He was just sitting with his head bent up, very sad look, a very pathetic look. He was just sitting with his head bent. We sat on 2 tin chairs. There was only one other customer sitting at a corner table. Neither means what? Neither means he was neither eating nor drinking the tea. He was just sitting there with his head bent. But sitting with his head bent as though he were sleeping, just dozing and sitting. Addressing him as Mr. Sanyal, Nagin uncle reminded him to go home, as it was already 4 p.m. Other customers would soon be coming. Addressing us, he said, with a wink in his eye, a little hard of hearing, cannot see well either, but has no money to buy spectacles. So here, when they saw this other man sitting there almost dozing with his head bent, Nagin uncle is reminding that person. He's calling him. What is he calling him as? Mr. Sanyal. He's calling out Mr. Sanyal. So he's already getting he's going to become 4 o'clock. It's going to become dark. You won't be able to see properly. So other customers will be coming. You please go back to your house. So this Nagin uncle is reminding that person, and that person happened to be whom? That person happened to be Mr. Sanyal. And who was the Sanyal, as I told you? Sanyal was the same boy who was abused by Aditya when he was a small child. The same person whom Aditya pulled out the medal from. From this person, he pulled out the medal, and that Sanyal was sitting there. And Aditya, the tea shop owner, that is Nagin, is reminding Sanyal to get up and go back to his house. He reminded him to go home, as it was already 4 p.m. and other customers would be coming. And then he pointed out towards these two people, who? The narrator and the other person, that is Aditya. He's telling about him. Poor fellow, he can't see, he can't hear, he's not able to see, and he's got no money to buy a spectacles. The poor fellow. He's just telling these fellows about Sanya. So addressing us, he said, with a wink in his eye. With his wink means what? Slowly he's telling, poor fellow, he's got no money, he can't see, neither can he hear. A little hard of hearing. Little hard of hearing is what? He can't hear properly. He's got a very poor hearing sense. At the same time, he's not able to see properly also. Cannot see well either, but has no money to buy spectacles. That shows this Sanyal was poor. He had no money with him even to buy a spectacles. From his reaction to this speech, I began to wonder whether Mr. Sanyal was not a little crazy as well, because suddenly he stood up, stretched himself, and raising his lean right arm with eyes dilated, began to recite a poem by Tagore, Panraksha, keeping of a promise. Having recited the poem, he left the place, making the gesture of Namaste with his hands to nobody in particular. So here, having got up, after Nagin uncle reminded Sanyal to get up and go to his house, immediately he reacted. From his reaction to the speech, I began to wonder, who's the I here, the narrator? I began to wonder whether Mr. Sanyal was not a little crazy. Now who is thinking about, narrator doesn't know anything about Sanyal. Who knows about Sanyal? Only Aditya. Only Aditya knows about Sanyal. Narrator never knew. The narrator is just watching Sanyal get up, and he thought, why this fellow is acting so crazy. Suddenly he stood up, stretched himself up. Stretched means what? After when you're acting lazy, you stretch out your hands, isn't it? So he just stretched out his hand lazily, put his right arm forward, and with his eyes dilated, means dim eyes. His eyes dilated, and immediately began to recite a poem. So that shows this Sanyal, even till today, right from his childhood days, even till today, what was he fond of? He was fond of reciting Rabindranath Tagore's poetries. Suddenly he stood up, stretched himself, and raising his lean means what? Thin right hand, lean right arm, and with eyes dilated, began to recite a poem by Tagore, Panraksha, the name of the poetry which he recited, Keeping of a Promise. The title of the poem was Keeping of a Promise, that is in Bengali. The name of the poetry was Panraksha. Having recited the poem, he left the place. So after reciting the poem, he just gave a Namaste. You all say Vanakkam, isn't it? He just generally, not anybody in specific, he just gave a Namaste, and he, with a gesture, with the Namaste gesture, he left from the place. He left the place, making the gesture of Namaste with his hands to nobody in particular. Nobody he wished, but he just generally he wished all of them together, and he went off. Then see how Aditya is reacting. I noticed, that is narrator saying, I noticed a sudden change in Aditya's expression. Who noticed? The narrator is noticing a sudden expression on Aditya's face. After he came to know that person was Sanyal, suddenly this narrator sees a different reaction on Aditya's face. I noticed a sudden change in Aditya's expression, and I asked him the reason for it. And the narrator naturally is asking, why suddenly your face changed? Why suddenly your face changed on seeing that person who was sitting in the tea shop? So here the narrator is asking Aditya. I noticed a sudden change in Aditya's expression, and I asked him the reason why. Without answering me, he asked Nagin uncle who the gentleman was and what he did. See, Aditya knew who this man was, but just to know full information about Sanyal, he is questioning about Sanyal. What is he doing? Where is he staying? Just information about Sanyal. So without answering me, he asked Nagin uncle. So instead of answering the narrator, here Aditya is asking the tea shop owner, that is Nagin uncle, who the gentleman was and what he did. For that Nagin uncle replied. Nagin uncle replied, Sasankya Sanyal. His name is what? Sasanka Sanyal. What can be done? He leads a cursed life, gone crazy, I think, but has not forgotten any incident of the past. So he's telling all about Sanyal. He leads a cursed life, he's gone crazy, I think, but has not forgotten any incident of the past. Sold his lands to get his only daughter married. He lost his wife and his only son last year. Since then, he somehow changed, not really normal. So here he's telling about Sanyal, that is, this Sanyal is a very sad person in life. Right from his childhood, some incident is hindering him, some incident is troubling him. So that is there in his mind, that he doesn't forget anything about what happened to him in the past. And he has a very cursed life. Cursed is what? A very sad life. Just recently, last year, he lost his wife, he lost his only son, and whatever property he had, he sold everything and he got his daughter married. Since then, he's become a pauper. He's got no money in his hand. So he's living in his father's friend's house. He's staying there because he's got no one else there. So here we'll stop here. Hope you understood till here. So he's saying this Sanyal is having a very leading a very poor life of poverty, where he's no one. Now he's got no one. He lost his wife and his son, and he's staying with his father's friend's house just because to get some shelter and some food. So hope you understood the lesson till here. We shall continue in the next class, that is on Friday. We have time, I shall meet you in Zoom. So we shall stop here and try to finish the remaining part of the lesson, the next class, that is on Friday. Okay children, so hope you understood till here. Try to read the story and try to understand the lesson. So in Friday's class I will try to finish it, and if time permits I will meet you in the Zoom if time is there. Okay, I shall meet you in the Zoom. Okay children, see you. Bye.